Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Talking Shit with your boy, Sophisticated Jerk. So today, man, the title of this video I'm doing, man, is Young Men Are Reaping the Benefits of Feminism and Smashing All the Old Chicks. So, recently there was an interview that came out with Charlize Theron. I think it's the name of the podcast, Call Me Daddy or something like that. But, the title of that interview was like, I don't need a man. So, I guess Charlize Theron is talking about her sex life and, how she had a one-night stand with a 26-year-old. So just getting back to the title of this, why I say young men are reaping the benefits of feminism. Because, hey, we've seen a lot of A-list female celebrities that are recently coming out, whether it's Charlize, Lisa Ray, what's the other one? Melissa Ford, Vivica Fox, I forgot her last name, the last name Ross, Tracy Ross. So it's like they're all coming out and like, hey man, we're sleeping, we're starting to sleep with the young guys because they don't judge us. They're simple, aka I could control them. But yeah, the young men are cashing out, so they smacking out all these old broads and with minimal effort. So I think feminism is starting to put they're starting to change the paradigm where it's putting like younger men or men that got their stuff that are pursued by women. It's putting them in a position where they really ain't got to work too hard for anything because they talk about one night stands and everything. So I'm gonna jump into the video and I'm gonna pause it and start breaking some dynamics down. But let me go ahead and pull this up.
Okay, how do we feel about sex on the first date?
Well, so I like, what do you consider a date?
Oh, are you going on dates?
Yeah, but I feel like when you there's certain circumstances where you meet somebody at a party and you have sex and then that's it. That's what it is. You're not thinking you're going to marry this person.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Are you down?
So I'm going to pause it right there. And, I'm always telling guys, y'all don't know by now, I'm the 50-50 dude. And I'm telling dudes like, if women like you are attracted to you, man, they don't require a lot by their own admission. Like, so what she's breaking down is like, hey man, I know what time it is from the jump. Like what category I'm gonna place this guy in. And this is an A-lister that a lot of dudes would like back in the day, like, man, that's my dream girl and stuff. And she's operating the same as a average chick from like Idaho and shit. So she got the same mindset. So she's like, hey, I go to a party, I see something I like, we have a conversation, I already know what I'm gonna do with that guy. So when I'm telling guys like, hey man, stop, pedestalizing women and taking the bad deal, but a lot of guys end up doing that because in their mind, they're like, I have to do all these things to get them. But she's like, shit, I'm going to a party, I'll smash on the first night. And I'm okay with that. So guys, keep this in mind. And this is an A-lister telling y'all this. So I always tell guys, man, the beauty of the social media and stuff nowadays, women are telling this themselves. We don't no longer have to make assumptions. We don't got to like think they're thinking this. They're literally coming out and like, hey, this is the dynamic I'll do. So yeah, a lot of guys are like, oh, I got to provide 100%. I got to do this. And when guys like me and other ones are like, nah, man, like, I need to stop doing all this because, you don't want to be the guy that ends up taking a bad deal while other dudes are just, they go into a party and smacking the same chick and you the one that's paying 100%. But let me jump back into the video.
For a one night stand.
Yes. I don't have many of them. I'm sitting here sounding like I do. So when I do, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, I should have done this in my 20s. I was married from the time that I was like having sex to the time that I had my last relationship. Then I had children.
And let me pause one more time. And I apologize, but man, she's exposing a lot. So the sad thing is too, and this is why you gotta be careful and move intentional. You can't be infatuated by beauty and stuff because what she's pretty much saying is the dude she got married to, she low-key kind of settled into that. And a lot of women always kind of in their mindset, they think they settle. So even though that guy, he's looking at it like, hey man, this is the wife, I'll take a bullet for her. She's like, man, you know what? I kind of wish I would have had my whole face. You know what I'm saying? So she wasn't cherishing marriage the same way. And that's why you gotta be careful. You gotta dig deeper and have, like I tell the guys, man, you need to have requirements to make sure that that woman's there for the right reasons, man, and she has the right mindset, because y'all would do all this stuff and be willing to put the provision and all that, and then once they divorce, you kind of see their actions, how they really wanted to maneuver. So for like her, she's like, man, I had one night stands, I had 3 of them, and it's just like, so the dude that like she was married to, he's coming to her, like I said, has her on a pedestal, but in all reality, she's going out here and getting smacked for the minimum. Like, the dudes ain't even, if you doing a one night stand, he probably bought a drink in the club, but it's like, man, she doing all this and you don't even have to put a cup of coffee on that. So yeah, she's, like I said, communicating this. And again, this is a A-list, probably was rated top 10 about 20 years ago. So
who has fucking time for dates and shaving and waxing and makeup? And like, I've got 2 children that have to go to school. Then
so she talking about she's showing up to get smashed with the bush. shout out to Charlie. She's like, look, I ain't got time for all that shit. I ain't trying to be fly no more, nigga. You better come and get this bush.
got it. Like, this shit's on a time. Like, do you need me to send you a call time?
I'm obsessed.
And it's this, you've got 2 hours. Like, what's happening? Because like, I need to know.
Do you have any sex tip for the girls?
Sex tip? Like, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean? Like, how to have good sex? How to what? Have an orgasm?
Anything that like you think of girls could just like, you're hot, you're having good sex.
Okay, you're like, I almost choked. I am the last person to ask. I'm like sounding very cocky here, but I think it's because I have found this freedom in my 40s where I'm like, oh my God. So I just want to say this in perspective. I've probably had 3 one-night stands in my entire life.
Okay.
But I did.
But you see how she kind of described, when they get it's like freedom. So man, they look at like serious relationships, like certain women as like they're being held captive and stuff. So it's just, and that's why I'm saying, it's just like you can't keep romanticizing certain things, because it's just, man, because like I said, she being an A-list celebrity, a lot of guys, if she came in their vicinity, they gonna be like, oh my God, I gotta do everything. And she's literally showing you she got the same mindset, like I said, of a chick that work at Walmart in Idaho. So it's just like, guys, man, it's just like, I get it, man. She a celebrity. She's pretty, man. But, you can't be that guy that's sitting there doing the most while she's giving out the best pieces of herself to guys for the minimum.
Just recently fuck a 26-year-old, and it was really fucking amazing.
Fuck yes.
Yes. And I've never done that. And I was like, oh, this is great. Okay.
Let me just say that 26-year-old is the luckiest fucking man walking on this goddamn planet. He's walking different today, knowing, oh my God.
He for sure is not, but and
this is the slap in the face, like to the guy that married her, or, the guys that would pursue a long-term relationship with somebody with this mindset. Because it's like, think about it. At 26 as men, we know, you're just probably like getting out of college. If you went that route, you're working entry level. So this is a dude that don't got money to his name. And shout out to him. He's smacking A-list celebrities. But, when women like Charlize and them, especially ones that are like attractive, when they're younger, they're like, I want equal and better. A man has to do this. He has to have all these, they go down a whole list of things that they got to have. And, guys are trying to live up and measure up to this to get those type of women. But since they're not compatible with a lot of men, because, they look at it like, I'm not trying to be controlled, whatever, they kind of explain. Once they get to like 40s and 50s, like I said, they go to the men that don't have nothing. So it like undercuts what they've been telling people for decades. Like, oh, you got to have this, you got to measure up. Then, like I said, a one night stand with a 26-year-old that probably work at Target or, Foot Locker is knocking it down. So it's like all those guys that were like trying to measure up and do the most, she literally just smacked all those guys in the face with it's just like, man, I got a 26-year-old and he pounded it out and, you know, I went home my way. And so it's like we were hearing a lot of females when they're like, oh, I won't go to no cheesecake factory. You can't take me here. And I'm telling guys, man, stop doing it. Nah, you go get that cup of coffee. Don't even be like, oh, I ain't going for no. Trust me. Because like once you they move on and they do this stuff, there's a guy that's getting it for the minimum, man. And I don't know why guys want to be the guy that's being charged the most versus like the dude that's like being pursued, and like she's mentioning in this case. And the reason why like this is a good time to pause. The 26-year-old, just imagine, man, he's like I said, an entry-level guy, 26, and he's hitting an A-list celebrity. Can you imagine what's this doing to his mindset now? So think about it. When like the girls his age, they're coming in, they're kind of making all these demands because we see it online. They're like, oh, you got to do this. I want equal and better. Oh, you got to take me to, like I said earlier, Ruth Chris. I'm not going to all these places. So they're making these demands. And so these young guys that are starting to smash some of these like older, successful women that are like, you know, they ain't requiring nothing. Them dudes are now looking at them females with those like high expectations. They're like, can you imagine if a average chick is like, you need to do this, and he just had sex with Charlize Theron? He gonna look at them like they crazy. He's like, man, look, I ain't even had to buy a dinner. Like, I ain't even get this chick a Big Mac and I was smashing an A-list celebrity. You think I'm gonna listen to what y'all got to say, y'all demands? So almost in a way, like the older, I say females that are doing this, they're screwing over the younger females because they're like putting an imbalance now. Because like, yeah, a young guy, if he's getting like successful A-list women and he don't have to put no effort, but just like go to a club and holler. And now they're coming with these like crazy expectations. He's looking at them like, shit, I'll stay single and play the field. Cause like now there's just so much access to that box and cheap sex that guys, that's where women are like, why aren't they showing up to all these events? And why aren't they doing this? We're all the good men. It's because y'all older ones is fucking them and without no requirements. And they're like, why pay when I could get the milk for free? So, you know, it's funny when women a lot of times blame men for like these dynamics. It's like, nah, it's y'all. Y'all wanted the, you know, sexual liberation. And now that it's playing out in real time, like a lot of older women, they're struggling because like they overplayed their hand in life. But now they're just like in a habit of desperation. They're just like trying to sleep with anybody. So then, like I said, they're sleeping with the younger guys. Now the younger guy's mind is like, man, I ain't doing all this shit. I got these like A-list celebrities. I'm not about to do all these demands. Nah, y'all got to pay up. And so women are trying to figure it out. But it's like your worst enemy is like, you see the young girl, because this is a funny dynamic. It's like, look at her. She's like just pretty much co-signing this. So she's the younger generation, and the older generation is the one that's fuck it up for her when she get about that age. So yeah, women, y'all might want to stop celebrating this type of stuff because it's putting y'all in a bad position. Because the guys that's in that top 20 that y'all want, they're like, I'm living my wildest dreams. I got access to like a female like this, and I got access to an A-list celebrity. So I'm not paying for shit. Like y'all making it too easy. Sorry, I was ranting, man. Let me get back to the video.
No, he is.
I will just say this, like, I wish that this goes back to, I think this is kind of like a thread throughout our conversation. Women who come across as confident, women who come across as like outspoken, ones that wouldn't speak up for themselves, tend to also be in bed people who want to please males. Like, and I have found this in my experiences with talking to other women about this. Isn't it strange? Like, we should be the ones that are like, fuck you. Like, I'm going to have an orgasm. And yet my whole life was so concerned about the same. Okay.
Oh my God.
So my advice would be this: don't fucking do that. For two reasons. You're going to have better orgasms. And guess what? Your man's going to like that.
They're going to have such a better time too.
Yes.
It's so true. It's really.
It's funny though, how they try to shape everything as confidence. You know, giving out easy pussy ain't confidence. I'm sorry. You know, confidence is like sticking to a standard. So it's just like, and this is men and women. So it's just like, hey, man, if I'm really truly who I say I am, I'm never going to really stoop down to like accept the minimum just to get an orgasm. It's like, man, you could get with a guy that got your shit together and have that communication, what you like and stuff. So they always try to paint this as like freedom and confidence, but it's like, nah, y'all just trying to justify like your lack of standards, you know? And it's like, truly, that's what a lot of times what guys don't understand is like when women end up in this paradigm, it's just like, this is where what she's mentioning right now, Charlize, this is who she was throughout her whole life. But I think a lot of times people kind of get married because it's just like the society pressure that they don't want to like, you know, look bad. So they go down that path, but they hate it. You know, it's just not them internally. So this is just who they always been. But I think everybody understands that what they're saying is just kind of bad. So they try to justify it a little bit because even, you know, when you look at the dynamic when women call out men for dating younger women and stuff, and I'm a guy, I don't like dating younger women. I would never do it because I do like women that are like, you know, close to my same age and stuff. But they'll be like, oh, men are grooming. It's a control thing. That's why they like younger women. So it's got to be the same dynamic if women are kind of doing that. Because I think what the issue is like a lot of the women like Charlize Theron, if they can't, you know, get a guy that's, like they say, equal and better, because like I said, they want the attractive man that's successful, has the status kind of like they have, and they want a kind of little bit of a control. But those guys that's in that room, they're like, they don't have the tolerance for those females because, you know, they're not pedestalizing them. They're not looking at them as like, oh, infatuation. They're like, man, I see pretty women all day. So like, you got to step to me correct if you want to be with me. And, you know, you got to fall in line on a program. They don't like that. So it's a control thing. That's why they really want to drop down to younger guys because they're like, it's kind of like a bratty behavior. I can't get what I want. Okay, then I'm going to go all the way down and mess with those guys. But it's like short term. That's why, you know, you never see them like locking down one of these young guys and, you know, working it out and stuff. So they're on that rotation and in all honesty, they'll go out in the public and be like, oh man, I'm so happy and all this, but in all reality, they're miserable because nobody wants to be, especially women. They want to be locked down by that top guy, you know, especially if they don't build themselves up. So it's just like they're trapping themselves into a cycle of misery and shit with this whole dynamic. But shout out to the young guys, man. The young guys is knocking it down. So hey, shit, if they throwing it at y'all, hey players, get it. I ain't even mad at y'all. Y'all reaping the benefits, like I said, of the feminism and these whole dynamics. Because like I said, and men, shoot, if a lot of them are going down this path, talk about this is how it's going to play out when they get older and stuff. You know, keep yourself in shape. You know, build yourself up to that position where you're like sought after. And then, man, dudes that are cashing out. There's a overabundance. I did a show a couple weeks ago. It was actually on a news channel where there were a couple females was talking about it. They're like, the men that are at the top, they're being highly pursued. They're damn near flooded with women. And so they're showing it. So yeah, man, you just got to get yourself together and stop, you know, being infatuated by beauty, and hey, they'll come around. But let me play just a little bit more and we'll go ahead and shut this down.
Hard. I think back to my 20s and in college, like I was so thinking I was doing the right thing. And when you get the feedback of how great it was, and then you're walking away feeling great, but then you're also like, I don't know if I've even had an orgasm in my life before. Like this is kind of, is this what it's supposed to do and be and what? And then the minute, and it takes reps. Like sometimes it just takes you like getting, because no man is like, unless he's the most amazing man in the world, which go find him, but no,
not gonna happen.
It's all of these men, it's about them, and they're not actually being like, I know it takes you longer than my fucking dick just getting off in 2 seconds. So it's like, it's a process to you advocating for yourself in the bedroom, being like, yes, hold on, and actually then speaking up. But it takes time. But I agree, once you hit that part of your life where it's not just like, oh, I'll just like do it and then like he'll get off and like I'm like faking it, your life changes.
And practice helps. You just have to practice and then you'll figure it out. Yeah,
that's good advice. See?
Yeah, in the safe way, please.
Okay, yeah.
But y'all got to adjust. But that's what, hey, they, like I said, I like the fact that women are now vocalizing a lot of this stuff. So it's like no need to sit back, like I said, make assumptions, trying to guess shit out. It's just like, man, men just, y'all got to listen. Then it's just like, hey, man, like, damn, this is the A-lister out here. They're all having this, they're running into the same issues. Like, oh, we can't find the good men. And they getting dusted off by, like I said, entry-level dudes that ain't got no money. They ain't paying for no high dates, you know, high cost dates. Like the dude she mentioned, the 26-year-old, met her at a club, taking her back to the crib and smacking. And y'all out here paying for like $800 dates and tricking off, paying rent. And that's what I'm saying. That's why, like, a lot of y'all, like, y'all men, it's just like y'all kind of pathetic. Because they showing you that's not a requirement. So, all right, y'all, man, I'm out of here. I just wanted to touch on this one and stuff. So women, y'all might need to check some of these old bras that's messing up the environment for y'all. Because, yeah, the guys y'all throwing it out there. They're going to take it. But peace.